down there, I said I was gonna mention.
What was Joe? Joe.
Could not have my diploma on.
The minimum mean takes 2.5. We usually get 3. But,
That was right. Time school form, they turned everybody in.
but yeah, we can do a school plan and send it to them.
Which I want you to teach more about the colleges at University of Tennessee.
Because they are engaged.
All right. Good afternoon. We'll call the afternoon meeting together today to order. Today is Monday, April the 16th. This is the regular monthly meeting for the City of Tullahoma Regional Planning Commission. I am Joe Marlowe, the chairman, and I'd like to call the meeting to order. Looks like we do have a quorum today. Thanks everyone for showing up. Appreciate your attendance today. We'll begin today with a pledge of allegiance. I'll ask everyone please stand for that. We'll dig into the agenda after that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, so we will take a look at the agenda. We've got the minutes here for our February meeting, and I hope everyone's had a chance to take a look at those. Give you just another minute to breeze through those, and we'll approve those with a motion. You want to make a motion to approve these?
So moved.
Thank you. Have a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye, please. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. All right, next we'll move on to report from staff. Lee, any reports today?
Mr. Chairman.
No? Great. All right, so we don't have any open business from our last meeting, which is good. We'll skip down to agenda item number 7 today, which is our new business in today's agenda packet. We've got a number of items to review today. We'll jump right in and start with item number A. This is the Flint Rock Major Subdivision. This is a preliminary plat. It's on page 8 in our agenda today. Good afternoon, Andy. How are you today?
I'm good. How about y'all?
Good.
So this is some property on Avoca Road. It's say 300 feet or so from the intersection of Avoca and Riley Creek. Several years ago, Greg Dugdale had me go in and cut out large lots. He has sold them to Joe Denby. Joe is wanting to cut them up to smaller lots and build houses. So we're going through the process to divide it up into 8 lots, ranging from 0.28 acres up to 0.57 acres.
Andy, do you have any deed restrictions or protective covenants that goes with that?
When the property was sold from Mr. Dugdale to Mr. Denby, he did put a restriction of 1,400 square foot houses on that property. So that is the only restriction that I know of at this time.
I mean, outside exterior, will they be vinyl siding like a bunch of them? Or will
I
they be
don't
like
believe we haven't gotten that far. I believe that may be one step we have to get through on the final plat phase of this division. We're going through the preliminary stage right now.
Do you know if I know that road gets kind of fast. Do you know if the driveways, if there'll be a restriction where you have to, where it would have to be wide enough so that if someone came into the driveway, they would be able to turn around?
Yes, all residential lots in the city of Tullahoma now have to have a turnaround area in their driveway, so they're not backing out into public road, especially that being such a busy road.
And the smallest lots on here, you're able to fit the 1,400 and something square foot minimum size and still hit the setbacks and everything? Okay.
Any other questions for Randy? No, I'll make a motion on this.
Move to approve.
Second. Any other discussion before we vote?
I would like to see the protected covenants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
I think we should table this until we can see some protected covenants on it.
okay,
I'm just worried about a bunch of vinyl siding houses right through there.
yeah. I understand.
It's a nice area.
It is. We should
I
protect it.
drive by there every day. So that's just the way I feel about it. I mean, right next to fairways, right next to a lot of nice homes, and I just kind of know the trend that's been going on.
That's reasonable.
Are you making a motion to table?
I mean,
Well, we got a motion and a second, so we can, what we do is vote on this, and then we'll take your motion, Scott.
okay.
All right, so all.
Wait a minute. You voting on what?
We're gonna vote on the motion to approve.
Can't do that. You got a motion to table.
We have a
Take
motion.
question.
Second
We have a second, so
To approve.
according to Robert's rules, we have to vote.
So we can.
Not if you get a motion to table.
We have a motion to table a different motion.
Now you gotta vote on that one first.
So
I don't
if,
get that.
You can't have a one motion on the floor at a time.
according to Robert's rules, so what we'll do, we'll vote this one down, and then Scott will make a motion that we table it.
I think you're improper relative to Robert's rules of order. You have one motion on the floor. That motion is to approve this request. Scott has now made a motion to table that motion. So that motion to table takes precedence, and you have to vote on that motion without discussion.
Actually, according to Robert's rules, once a motion is seconded, the next action is to vote.
No, not if it's a motion to table.
Well, we're gonna table it anyway, so we'll get into a discussion over procedure
Please
later.
note my point of order.
Well, I'm okay tabling it because I agree with Scott.
Yeah, I'd be in agreement with that, and I made the motion to start with.
Okay.
Then are you withdrawing your motion?
Do you want to withdraw your motion?
Would that make it simpler, Nina?
Yeah.
Probably.
Then I withdraw my motion.
Okay, great. All right, Scott, well, I'm assuming you want to make a motion to table?
I want to table it.
Okay. And we'll second that.
Second.
Great. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Andy, do you understand what we're asking?
I do.
Thank you.
I do. I completely do.
All right, next item on today's agenda is the final plat for Rice Carter on Blake Road minor subdivision. This is the final plat. This is on page 16. This is a approval of a minor subdivision final plat, dividing one lot that's existing into two smaller lots.
They just cut in the front corner off the existing lot there. It's still in the county, it's our city, so it's right there on the very edge of the UGB.
Okay.
Where's that located at?
Carter Blake Road, right
Yeah,
there,
I'm trying to figure out where.
right behind Colonial Acres is right. Like when you turn on Carter Blake off the short
Yes.
thing, you know, the Colonial Acres, you turn on the right, it's just right there.
You know where the Wallers live?
Waller's down
It's
there.
Dr. Robinson's old house.
Keep Robinson live there.
You know what we're talking about now? The Wallers, do the Wallers still live?
It is right at the bottom of
Yeah,
the hill.
yeah.
make a motion on this one?
I move to approve.
A second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. All right, next is number 2, under final plat, Struckmeyer, minor subdivision plat, page 22. This is also dividing the existing lot into 2 smaller lots.
So this is on Lindell Bell Road. It's actually, it's out near Barton Springs boat ramp. Also, it's by the campground. It's kind of down towards the bridge a little bit, across the road. Mr. Struckmeyer owns 43 acres, 44 acres up on the side of the hill. His parents, who live in Florida, are ready to get out of the hurricane zone and want to build a house up there up on Lindell Bell Road. He's wanting to convey this 8/10 of an acre to them to build.
I move to approve.
A second.
Second.
Any discussion or any other questions for Mr. Best? Great. All in favor, say aye, please. Any opposed? Great. Thank you, Andy. All right, next, item C on today's agenda. This is surplus property at 825 South Jefferson Street, detailed out on page 28. A little bit of background here in the paragraph. So the city received a request to surplus real estate on South Jefferson Street. The address of the lot is 825 South Jefferson. It's in the southeast quadrant of the city. The lot sits back to back across from an unimproved alley next to the City Stamps Community Center, and the size of the property is approximately 20,000 square feet, currently undeveloped and zoned high-density R3.
Received the request forwarded to the required departments and agencies who look at, who need to sign off on it before it's just forwarded up to you guys. Most of them did not have any concerns except for Parks and Rec Department and Fire Department. I think both of them thought that it could be used within the city's park system in the future, being that it's right there at CD Stamps and across the street's another park. So that was their reason for their comments.
Sorry, say that one more time.
So that was the reason for the comments, was because of the proximity to other parks, the CD Stamps, et cetera.
Lee, this section marked lot 6 that is adjacent to the road, and between the road and this property, is that also city-owned property, or?
I don't know, I didn't look that one up.
I'm just wondering why we took that and didn't take the rest of it, or why they didn't take the rest of it.
The background behind it.
My concern is if we do this and we let him use this, and this other lot 6 is not wide enough for setbacks or whatever to meet the needs of the city, then we're going to end up with a blank space that's unusable that way. So I'd be curious as to what, is it privately owned or what the deal with it is?
I mean, in that district, I believe you only have to have 50-foot.
Setbacks?
No, the width of the lot only has to be 50 feet. As long as you met your setbacks, being that one is a corner lot, they would probably need a variance on it to get anything built, because it would have to meet the front setback in
And
front and on the street side as well.
We've got 2 of our department heads saying that there's a possibility that they might want to use this in the future.
Yes. remember, we're giving a recommendation here.
Yeah. So, can I get a motion on this? Anybody?
I would like to give an unfavorable recommendation of this,
Okay.
based on the possible use for the city
If
levy.
it's not, if there's not a motion, then it's gonna fail.
Oh,
It won't go anywhere.
So do you want to put a motion as an unfavorable recommendation?
Well, we can't do anything till we get a motion.
I'm asking her, does she want to
Yeah.
put the motion out?
Yeah.
is that a,
We actually have 3 choices.
okay.
But I can't review all 3 until we have a motion.
Well, I don't want the city to sell it, so what's my recommendation? How do I say that?
You don't have to do anything.
I just say nothing, okay. I will say it.
It needs to go out.
In the absence of a motion, it's dead. All right,
Second.
even better.
Yes.
Great. All right. You get that, Nina?
Motion failed, well, it wasn't a motion, in the absence of a motion, the request.
Yeah, it was denied. All right, next is item D. This is a amendment to the comprehensive transportation plan for the city. Item number 1 is to amend the transportation plan for major thoroughfare plan by changing the classification of a section of Ledford Mill Road to an urban collector. An urban collector is a definition that's used by the Tennessee Department of Transportation. As you recall, the city petitioned TDOT last year and asked TDOT to consider the change, making the section of Ledford Mill a collector. So TDOT's ready to do that. So this is a public hearing portion of the meeting for that.
We're, purpose of it is just to get our plan in line with the DOTs. This is how we get funding for roads, it's based upon these functional classifications, and that's the reason why the city did make the recommendation, or made the request to TDOT, and they already did it, it's already shown on their map as a collector, but the purpose of this is to amend our plan, so.
Yeah, we've got to update our plan now. I agree. So the state's already done their work, now we got to go back and finish ours.
So is this open to discussion?
After we get a motion in a second.
After a motion.
I want to invite anybody to follow that want to speak on it. I know there's probably no one here, but at least.
I mean, at this point, it's just a formality, it's a done deal. The state's already changed the map.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if it takes a motion, then I make a motion to approve
Give me a second.
report favorable on it.
Anyone want a second?
Second.
Thank you. All right, anybody want any discussion points for this one? This one's straightforward. All right, let's vote on this one. All in favor, say aye, please. Aye. Any opposed? All right, so we're voting then specifically just to make the recommendation. So we're going to approve the text amendment table
Forward it to the
11-3.
EMA with a favorable recommendation.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, moving down the list. Next on the agenda today is other new business, site plan for DOC, Department of Corrections, Lakeway Place, on page 38. All right, so this one is proposed 6,614 square feet government office building for the Department of Corrections. The lot's 1.5 acres and is zoned as Industrial 1 or I-1 use is permissible within the I-1 category.
Mr. Sadler was not able to make it this meeting. He's currently in Alabama. He asked this morning if I could stand in for him. I don't know much on it, but I will try to answer any questions that you may have.
Do you know if there's a sidewalk that's part of it, part of the plan?
No, I don't believe there is.
I thought, am I wrong that there's a requirement for businesses as they're being put in place that they have to have a sidewalk?
That's only what we have here in Imperial Road.
Okay,
It has to be classified that in the transportation plan.
okay, so,
Lakeways is considered a local road.
okay, and Wilson, let's see, that's not,
And that's more like it's got a part of it's public, most of it's private street.
okay.
Lee, does this,
Staff recommends approval. It meets our requirements.
okay, so the Department of Corrections is an acceptable
Yeah, government
It's an office
offices are
building.
allowed in Iowa zoning district as a useful
considered
right.
industrial, okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye, please. Aye. Any opposed? Great. That's covers today's.
Yeah, we need to approve the minutes for the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting that was held on February the 19th.
Yeah, I was gonna actually close this one and move to
Okay.
zoning and appeals because it's next on the agenda. I'm kind of working my way down the list. All right, so we'll close out the planning portion of the meeting today, and then we'll open it up for Board of Zoning and Appeals, which is the last item on today's agenda. And I see no new business listed, so this will be a quick one for Board of Zoning and Appeals, and that meeting will also be adjourned.
We need to approve the minutes.
Yes.
Oh, approve the meeting, I'm sorry, I have to approve the minutes. Thank you, Lee. We gotta do that first. Get a motion on that, please?
Page 6 starts the minutes
Second.
for the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Second.
Wait,
All in favor?
wait, who made the motion?
Chad,
And who was the second?
Larry,
Okay. Vote.
you good? All right.
Did we vote?
All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Now, anything else, Lee?
That is it right there.
All right, so now we'll be adjourned. Thank you, everybody. When's your next meeting?
So May 21st.
I will not be here.
May 23rd.
May 23rd. May 21st.